Call the meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is to review the minutes of the last meeting. Tom, did you have a chance to review those? Do you have any issues? You didn't, right?
No, we just can fix that one thing.
One spelling. Do I hear a
Make a
motion?
motion to accept the minutes.
Seconded?
All in favor? Aye.
What are all the details, Wayne?
That's from the hydrant flushing?
So you have them out there with you? Yeah.
That's what I have.
All of that's from hydrant flushing?
We had one last month too.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it last time, so I was
Yeah.
wondering if it was all hydrant flushing.
Yep.
Yeah. The biggest bill we got on that sheet.
That's like over $7,000 and.
We caught a couple of drunk drivers, we took some
Oh,
other
during-
people off the road, oh yeah.
Really? During
Yeah.
that?
You know,
Yeah.
if they do that, then they shouldn't,
I know.
charge
Yeah,
us
I
for the
get deduction
detail.
of that.
Well, it's when it affects us, they don't go out of their way, I mean, they see stuff going by, but they don't, it's when it affects the guys
Yeah.
that.
You know, we used to do that all the time, it was Phil Tuck. They
He
did,
was-
he'd be on our jobs writing tickets.
Yeah, I've had, them do that before.
Better than standing around and drinking.
Right, yep.
Right.
Well, now they stand around and they're on the cell phone, but it does get boring standing there.
What's that UV? Is that just a bulb?
No, it's the sensor.
Oh.
So I bought one at a time because I tried to get them to come out and just, you know, go through the unit. They don't want to come out. All they wanted to do was talk me through repairing it. So they kind of dropped the ball. So I chased them and they sent out the sensor. They burnt out. It's just weird that they both burnt out at the same time because there were two sensors on the unit.
So that was for 2 sensors?
Yeah, so I bought one at a time because I wanted to make sure what they were telling me was gonna fix the problem. It did, but I just wasn't at the price they cut. They're like $1,800 or $1,900 a piece. I wasn't buying two right out of the gate to find out that wasn't gonna fix it.
Yeah.
You all set?
I just a question on that. Like I said, I know you asked Kerry and I didn't hear it because I was looking at the other thing, that CLM construction abatement.
Yeah,
The wrong
So the guy on Manley Street who built his building, he built a new building that, it's not Boston Truck, but I don't, or it is or it isn't, I don't know. But they built.
Boston Trailer.
Right, he built the new building, but he never came to us, never said what the heck he was doing. But his plan was all along to remove the two buildings in the front where he already had a water service. So we charged him for a water service, but he already had the service there. He just relocated it onto
Just
his
ran
new
it in
sprinkler.
further.
Right.
What is the service? A 1-inch service up there?
Did he pay
Yeah.
for the original service?
Yeah, he had two of them.
So we had just charged him when we shouldn't have.
Right. Well, if he came in and talked, but they don't send plans no more, they don't do anything. You just hear about it at the last second. Oh, I'm installing.
But then this says wrong rate code. Shane?
I don't know what the wrong rate code is.
Says abate wrong rate codes put on account.
what's the
Is
address?
that-
That's 3 CLM 363 South Elm.
It was called a basic charge.
Right, so when Tricia opened the account, she opened it up under a 2-family or a 3-family or something, she opened it up under the wrong thing. So that's what that is.
So that's why this one is a 344.
exactly. Yeah,
And now he's got sprinklers, so we'll be getting riser fees out of
right.
Who's got sprinklers now?
it. That Boston Trail.
So there was a main already running there for
No,
sprinklers?
he ran a new main in.
What size main?
It was an 8-inch.
From the street all the way in?
Yeah, when they repaved Manley Street, they had put the tap in.
So we must have got a fee for that.
Did he pay us for that?
Yes, he did. Yeah, I chased him after the fact.
That's 10 grand.
We did get it, it's in there.
It is?
Yeah, we got it like a while, well, I think it was in the last thing. You saw it a while back. But
Okay.
we did get it.
After the fact.
Yeah. That's because no.
They
just
don't.
give up. Right. And I understand they've worked their way through all the other boards. there's no thing they should come in, all right, you gotta visit this,
They
this,
used
and
to,
this.
when they get done with the planning board, before they'd sign off, they used to send them down here.
Right.
And one night, we used to go through the water stuff and we'd tell the engineer, we want, you know, the electric on this side with the gas and the water on this side. So they'd flip flop it around and then go back to the planning board and they'd sign it off.
Right,
They didn't care, you know, where the water and that was.
right.
They didn't care
Gotta
about
get
that.
them to
They were
start
more
doing
on
that again.
everything else, so.
I mean, it's-
But now they don't come down anymore.
Right.
They
And
don't
maybe-
send them down. We have issues after they get started and they say, well, that's the way the planning board approved it.
Right,
But the gas is next to the water or
right.
the water's underneath
Trying
the
our
gas.
best to keep the gas away from us from here
Yeah.
on out.
Electric line, they put the electric line a lot of times right on top of the water too, which is really dangerous.
Yeah, he tried this, so one of the new houses on South Elm tried that. Told him, you're not doing that.
Really?
Yeah, he was gonna throw it right in the trench with the thing, I'm like, not a chance.
Yeah, geez.
Right in the trench with the water?
Yeah,
I've had people wanna do that.
Nope.
Separate one.
no, if somebody's gotta repair something, you're gonna dig right through that.
Yep,
They think they're saving the cost of digging or something.
Yeah.
but it's gonna cost them a lot more later on when somebody gets hurt.
Right.
Okay, hydrant use on Pleasant Street.
So, a
Is it
while
down
back,
at the mulch piles?
yes, you guys told them that they could use the hydrant.
They're not using it in the wintertime, are they?
Well, they shouldn't be using it at all. Hydrants are not faucets. They're not made to be turned on and off. And that's what they're doing, and this is what happens to your hydrant. It looks like that.
They're metering it?
They do meter it, but you can't do that. The hydrants are not meant for that. These guys are not, they're not there for a month. These guys are there, they've been there for 2 or 3 years
They
now.
need to pay for water.
They need to pay for a tie-in and stop using the hydrant. So we got no less than 5 calls on this because they left it open. It was dripping all over the place, freezing up. So we went up there, we winterized it, but I can't tell them they can't use it until you guys tell me that they can't use it anymore. They gotta come in and pay for a tie-in.
Okay, do I hear a motion to stop them from using, especially in the wintertime?
That's why I say especially now that we've hit this motion that they have to stop using the hydrant, and if they wanna continue using water on the site, they have to get a tie-in for their facility.
Cause even though Pleasant Street was
I'll second
paved,
that.
they can come in off of Maple Street.
All right, so tell them they can come in and talk to us, but they gotta do something more permanent because,
They don't wanna
especially for winter
They
time.
have a tanker, they don't wanna register it. Well, then pay for the tie-in and run a yard hydrant, a meter pit and a yard hydrant over into your lot.
Is that hydrant isn't cracked at all, is it?
No, it didn't crack, cause we caught it in one of the early freeze-ups.
Okay, I'll shut that down tight, pump it down, make sure it's not gonna crack or anything,
Yeah,
and just tell them don't touch it till,
Right.
you
You
know,
said you winterized it.
yeah, we already, they
Okay.
did that, they pumped it down and glycoled it.
tell them that they're all done. So do I hear a vote to tell them that they gotta tie in a permanent tie-in?
I made the
Second
motion
it.
and
He made the
he's-
motion, I seconded it.
Oh, is that, yeah.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So you can pass the word on.
Alright. I don't have anything on that.
Oh,
Wait for you
I
to.
thought you were about to say something.
Okay, next thing on the agenda is the medicine disposal. Well, I went up to Life Care one day and the administrator wasn't there. The second day, they said he'd be back in the morning without a meeting. So I went back the next day and I saw him. And I explained to him that, you know, he should have been testing the well in the ground that they had never been doing. But we're more concerned with disposal of medicine. So, seeing that he had got a number of letters from Kerry, from our board, he had this bottle right here in his office. And it's called Destroy. And it's a product that I read about it online and that. And you put the medicine into it. There's 2 types. There's one for pills and there's one for liquid medicine. And it destroys the medicine and makes it inactive. And then it says it can actually be thrown away in the trash. Well, looking at what he had, I think with the letters that he was getting from us, that he realized that he had to come up with a method of getting rid of this stuff, so this is the only bottle that he had on site.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
Because
Was
Rob,
it-
I
was
talked to
it-
Rob Casper, and he went up and he said they had something, a bigger thing, that they just throw all the medicine in, and it's full of liquid.
Well, this is what it should look like, is like this, so
Page.
he didn't say he had those yet, but,
Oh,
this is what,
I don't know if Rob actually saw it or not, that's what he explained to me.
so I'm gonna follow up with him.
This is what they're
see,
gonna
this
be
is
getting.
Hopefully, this is gonna be what they're gonna be getting, is, it's got a funnel like that, and then the people just put the medicine right in there, and it destroys it, and then they can just dispose of it
What are all
safely.
the hospitals doing and stuff?
I don't know.
I don't know,
They
whether they have big I'm sure that it has,
There's two
becomes
different,
hazardous waste.
Yeah.
there's
We gotta
two
put a
different
solution
types, there's
in
one
there,
for liquids, liquid medicine, there's one for pills. So there's two different types. So if they go along with this program, I think that'll take care of it. I'm gonna
Yeah, then we
also,
don't have to worry about it.
right. But we gotta just follow up, make sure that, you know, they're continuing on to do this. I'm gonna go over to the animal hospital and talk to them, and I'll go to the other one across the street.
Yeah, the island.
Oh,
Yep.
MLI?
Yep, and see if we can get them to do the same thing. Hopefully we'll get everybody, he did admit that they were flushing it down
He did?
the, yeah, he said we had been. But it sounded to me like he's realized that it's not a thing to do.
Yeah.
So he's willing to change and
Gonna
to
make sure he
dispose of
does.
them safely, so hopefully that's all we're looking for is to get this medicine out of the water table. So that's an update so far, we'll just follow up with it.
And technically, it shouldn't be getting down into our wells anyway, because you got that something going on top of that confinement layer.
Right. But
But,
I don't wanna rely
but yeah,
on layer
no,
clay-
I was saying,
layer
we
of
still,
clay.
we still don't want anything like that going on, just in case.
Especially with the rest of the town, we've got the disposal in the police station, and the fire station, I guess, has got one for needles, that we're trying to clean the environment up a little bit from these things, that the big users of these things need to get on board too and take care of it, so. So that's, that was a good start. Hopefully we keep going on that, we'll get rid of the.
Did he say why he never answered the letters?
No. I know why, because he didn't have an answer.
Yeah.
That's basically it. And I think that's the only reason why, when we started asking him questions about it, that's why he started looking into these things. So he had a bottle of the stuff. So it was just a small bottle, he was trying it out. He wasn't gonna be able to get rid of 1,000 pills that supposedly there's up there, so, in that little container. So they got a,
No, they come in bigger.
yeah, so they're on track to do something, and we'll just follow up and make sure they're doing it. And half of West Bridgewater's up there too. Obi, who used to work for us, is up there, did you know that?
Who's
No,
up there?
I'll see if I can get up there to see.
He had his back operated on, he's up there. It's unbelievable. I was running into more people I knew up there. So,
It seems like it just passed over in the truck.
he did?
Yeah,
When?
I don't know, it seems like maybe it's been a couple weeks, but
Yeah, it must have been a couple of
it
weeks
hasn't
ago.
been that
I guess.
long.
So, now we need an update on replacement well?
So they've reached out to me, the survey is looking to get onto their plan some of our utilities. I emailed them back and asked what they wanted marked out, but they didn't reach back. So it's not that I'm not gonna chase them down, we just have a few other things going on right now. The windstorms that we had, we lost communications with Station 2, so when we traced it back, our new fiber line that's only been there since the spring got cut in half.
How'd that happen?
Well,
Tree
because-
fell down on it?
No, the pipes, well, because of where it is, the pipes weren't secured, so when they floated up, when we have all the rains, they're floating now.
They're
So
not
they,
buried?
in the winds, they started moving around, well, you can't bury them out there. They weren't buried in the first place, in the first run either, but, we've alleviated, we found a solution to the problem, we've taken care of the problem. I'm currently we're pulling new pull lines, and it won't happen again ever, not in my
So you've
lifetime.
got rocks on it or something?
It's taken care of.
Okay.
It will not see the light of day again.
Okay.
All right. Anybody got anything else to?
And that, and there's
Yeah,
nothing
that-
else going on with that until they get the survey done and.
Right, so I believe they're waiting on me, and I think tomorrow we should be able to, the guys went overboard and burying in the pull boxes. So when I went out to open them up and pull the strings through, I couldn't because I couldn't find them. And then their markings weren't too good, so it took a long time out in the rain today. What should have been just the mist was full-blown rain by the time we came back in. So tomorrow we'll go at it and I'll have the strings pulled and line up for them to come and pull a new cable through.
So we're not using station 2 while this is,
No, but I have station 1, all last week I trial ran it during the day, ran okay, so starting tonight it's gonna run through the night in tandem with station 4. I just have it running at 150 gallons a minute so that I don't blow anything around. What I'm prepping for is to take Manly offline so I can have those wells rehabbed.
Yeah.
So if I get 4 in 1 or 2 in 1 running in tandem, that should carry the town while that happens.
Demand's good and low right now.
Yeah, we're about
Yeah, what are we pumping
650,
a day?
about
650?
650 a day. So that should take care
Is that
of it.
about as low as we get now?
Yeah, you may see like a little lower, but it'll hang right there.
Right through the winter?
Yeah,
so in the summertime, everything over that's outside usage?
yeah, pretty
Recreation.
much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
But we stayed pretty close to that. I mean, our commitments have showed that people, it rained every other day, if not every third day, or weeks in a row, so people really didn't use water this summer. And the
Water-
commitments are showing it.
The water usage right now is the true usage of what the households are using,
Right.
because there's nothing really going on outdoors.
Well, you still see sprinklers going off driving around.
Do you?
Yeah.
I haven't seen any.
It won't be long before they'll be frozen and popped.
Okay, how about an update on the water permit?
So the permit it's still the same, it's waiting, the permit. So that got submitted without the mitigation sign, which is
Yeah.
fine. So she'll begin chasing sign-offs for the mitigation. So that
Where
at
are we
least,
at with that?
that kept us in compliance. I don't know,
So putting it in even that, though it didn't have
Yeah.
that, we're not getting,
Right.
didn't need an extension or anything.
right, so that kept us on track. I haven't asked her yet on that, cause we've spent the last few days outside.
Update on water source.
So that's waiting on the
New
water
water
permit renewal, and we're waiting on the well to get moving, and then he'll stop muddying up the waters with that.
So he's gonna wait till we get the permit before he...
Yeah, or at least see that we're moving through, so that,
Yeah, he had basically said when he was in before that,
right,
you know, kinda, you're not gonna get that approved.
right,
Without
because
this
our
anyway.
permit's not approved yet,
Yeah.
why would they approve more water?
What's this plan under here for, Wayne? Is that something we should be looking at tonight, or?
Seasons?
506 West Center.
Oh, well, you don't really have to look at it, but they replaced the tanks at the Shell station. That was the first part of the job. So now they're gonna come back and wipe the Shell station out in the car wash and then rebuild it as that all seasons market or whatever it is. It's going
Seasons.
pretty much, yeah, it's going back in the footprint pretty much it is.
They gotta put a car wash back in there?
Nope, there's no car wash.
Using the same tap, no...
Yeah, but the pumps will be oriented, so when you pull in, I think you're gonna pull right now, it goes across,
But they're not tapping the main,
I
right?
said, nothing that affects.
Right, it's
any-
nothing that's gonna affect us, the part that they did, you wanted them to do anyways, was switch over to the.
What is the main up there? Do they have a 2-inch main in there?
I think it's just a 1-inch going in.
There's two services up there.
Are there?
There's another service over here. Over by that sign, I think. It was put into water something over here, I think. Better look for that. See if it's anything on there.
It's not on the maps, I can
No.
tell you that one.
I think I remember something being over there. They thought they put it in and they were gonna do something and then they never did.
There was a house over there. I don't know if they took over that.
Yeah, that's one over here. That was a weird deal there too. That driveway used to go out into the clover leaf.
On ramp, off ramp.
Yeah, right in the off ramp. They offered that guy more money than the house was, 3 times what the house was worth to get him out of there, but he refused, and the house ended up torn down, and I don't think he got anything for it. I think the state bought it for a song and a dance after that. It was a shame. Well, they're making it different, they're making it.
Yeah, they're turning the way the pumps are aligned.
Yeah,
I don't know why anybody goes in there anyways, because if you go in, you can't get out. Doesn't matter if you're taking a right turn, but most people want to take a left out of there. Taking your life in your own hands.
those tanks that they put in there, they were double lined and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that Shell station there, is that one just outside the aquifer protection zone? I remember that.
I think it is.
I think it might be. Just.
I can't read the street name.
It's just on the edge, it's inside.
Is it?
Yep, right, it cuts off the last lot at Lincoln Street.
Hmm.
So that's just on the edge of the aquifer protection.
All right, well, they got the double wall tanks and everything. When they took those other tanks out, there was no problems with fuel in there, right?
No, and they're out there regularly testing on the sides anyway, I see them.
Okay, how about our next subject is the replacement vehicle for the one that got smashed up?
So I got a quote, but we'll have to finesse it. It's not really, when you go up to MHQ, they don't have what we're trying to buy. I mean, if you're buying a police cruiser, they got tons of things for you to look at. If you just buy a regular truck, tons of things to look at. But basically, so I've been researching the bodies, so I'll go back to them. We may have to buy the body of the truck, just the chassis, and then take it to an outfitter to have them put the body on the back. So I've got to
What
work.
kind of body, why don't you pick out what body you want first and then.
Right, because I just looked through, Ford has is it NAP or NUMF? I forget what the name is. but-
Napide?
Yeah, there's some name, so I looked that up and, so I have that now, so I have something to chase backwards. And I think the town mechanic said that they work with Donovan up in, I think they're in New Hampshire or something. And that they outfit it afterwards. But I have to get all the prices so now it's a matter of drawing all the prices together to get it to work.
We'll have to pick the body so you get the right chassis.
Right.
You know, you look at, this could be a gas vehicle like the vans were,
Right.
gas. Okay,
Yeah, it might be like a 1-ton, but it'll be it won't be a 4-door, but it'll be the 3-door. That way it doesn't get so long that we can't park anything.
right.
So what are you looking to get, like a regular utility body?
I just actually printed it
Yeah,
up.
you had it the last time, did you?
Yeah, well, I've been narrowing it down. Because some of them get really tall, and I don't want tall, but I know Ford works with them, so it would probably look more like that, so that the utility body is not taller than the truck.
Can you stand up inside that?
No, but if I get one you can stand up inside, then if you bring it in and anybody tries to get under the mezzanine there, well, that'll be the end of the top of the truck. And you really couldn't stand up you could get in the vans and, yeah, you'd be able to do the same as what you were
As long as
doing.
you do what you can do in the van, you wanna
Right.
miss that, cause you're
Yeah,
You gotta
well, it'll
find
keep
a
all the
fix.
tools dry,
gonna have to get in and out of the thing.
and the vans, they just don't hold up. We were putting in ball joints like once a year on all of the vans.
Yeah, they'll still be
They,
going.
right out of the shop, they went. I don't even think they made a first year on each of them before the ball joints were going. They just didn't stand up to the town roads. I'm not saying anything, I'm just saying they didn't stand up to the
Stop
town.
driving over those water department patches.
Well, it's that stretch in front of, well, it's not Tedeschi's anymore, but that's like quilt work patch in front of that thing. As you go past Market Basket,
Yeah.
it's on our way to the treatment plant all the time.
So when you think you'll have prices and
Well,
stuff
it'll be
next
some-
meeting?
I'm
Boy,
gonna
well,
try
that
and get
looks
it for
like
next meeting.
They make one a little
From other
taller than
meetings?
that?
That's
That's
what I'm trying to get, so
That's gonna be tough getting in and out of.
right, I'm just trying to work my way into it. So they might have taller, but I just have to worry about, if you get it too tall, somebody's gonna at some point back it in or pull it in and it'll be all smunched up under that mezzanine.
Well, these guys should be smart enough to not back in there if you're telling
Yeah,
me.
that truck can't go under there.
I know,
Does
but
that
if
make
you
better-
know
I
that you're
wouldn't
gonna
base,
be,
I wouldn't base what I'm getting on where it's gonna get parked.
if you know that you're gonna be in the pull box, the very next day, you don't put it 3 feet in the ground.
Yeah. I don't know, I'd have to see one physically, but that looks like they're paying, they're not getting out of it.
I know, but it's basically to keep the rent, it'll keep everything dry. They feel this will be better, I'll show it to them, I mean, they're the ones that gotta work with it.
I'd say,
What
at least the height
Most of the
you had
stuff
in
would be accessed from the outside anyways, it's the storage of the little parts and stuff. And right now, they ride around them. If you put the shelves on the sides of the van, then you lose all the sides of the van.
So what would you be putting inside of it?
So
In the
that would basically be like the gate wrenches, the tools that we use.
But I mean, stuff, if they're reaching in from the back, they're gonna be able to.
Yeah, they'd
that
be able to
stuff
pull
in
it
and
out.
There's gonna be
out.
some
Right.
bins inside, you'll get in to get stuff, right?
Right.
Well, your fittings and everything will probably be on the
From the
inside with
outside,
your
right.
locators
You might-
and
Yeah, the
metal
locators and stuff.
detectors and the expensive stuff that can't get wet. You can't be paying $5,000 for a locator and have it out in the rain.
No, they got shelves, it's like you said, it's not a hell of a lot of headroom
No.
if somebody is gonna be getting in and out.
And they don't have anything like that in MHQ, huh?
No, they
Really?
never, he was gonna give me some service body, like John Cruz drives around, but with a cover over the top.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
that.
I
like
like
it.
those. We had one of those.
That wouldn't be
years
very
ago.
close, that's not gonna work at all.
That one that Missouri has, that red one, it's got a nice one. They walk right up inside it, store all the equipment in it.
I'm just trying to stay with the truck chassis, I feel that it might hold up better.
You're looking for a single rear wheel,
Right,
yeah.
yeah, we're not gonna be hauling heavy stuff
3/4
around.
ton or whatever, maybe
It'd
one,
basically be a one-ton.
one ton, yeah.
Yeah, because depending on the one, the interior height on the small one's not even 4 feet.
Yeah, then that's not
The
gonna work.
the tallest
And
one's
then
5
widget?
feet.
Just
Well,
that's a
even 5
big,
feet's not very tall.
light to work on.
Yeah.
The dual one gets up to 6 feet.
Yeah, no, dual truck, it's just extra tires to go through.
Yeah.
Well, we don't do a lot, you just haul stuff in the van anyways, it's not,
No, it's just for getting
right,
stuff in and out of it, guys having banging their head
when you get it, we're gonna own it for a while, so.
And they're gonna own it for 10 years, so
Yeah,
they'll
so
be banging
like
their
it.
heads for a
Our
long
trucks
time.
usually last us at least 10 years, so. All right, has anybody else got anything that can be brought up at the meeting?
So I did reach out to the Volk, and I didn't get it. The results that I got weren't expected. I'm sure that there are a lot of good graduates out of the electrical program. I just don't seem to be able to get a name out of them. So what I'm gonna do is reverse. I'll go out and look at people instead of we waiting for resumes to come to us. I'll go out and look at their resumes with search criteria.
From where, from the vote?
Well, not
Yeah,
from the
no.
Volk, from Indeed.
Can you put up an ad at the Vogue? A notice?
It doesn't seem to be that there is a way.
Yeah, I've tried that over there and they were never interested.
Right, I don't get that, because you would
Weird.
think that they,
You would think they'd be all over. it.
Right, I
Right.
think
They're
they
not.
would.
I've tried a couple times, nobody ever got back to me.
yeah, no, I at least, but what I got out of it was not I'm not saying it on camera, so.
I would think they were trying to find jobs for the
Oh my
kids.
God, yeah.
Right. And that's
Get 'em
what I was looking to
Replacement as
do.
soon as they get out of school.
Well, you do what you can, you gotta find
Yeah.
someone.
Somebody with, I think with electrical experience would be a great help, and if I can find somebody with a journeyman's license, that would be even better. I mean, not everybody launches out and becomes a union electrician or starts their own business.
No, we
Got
got
anything else, Tom?
things that require electrical knowledge that it would be good
Right.
to have.
You all set up?
Yeah, I think I'm all set.
How are you doing on that, on hiring of the GIS?
Last I heard was the offer had been made to Deb Taylor.
I
Yep.
can't see.
She accepted it,
December
But-
2nd.
but needed, okay, so, because the selectmen had the vote to do it.
Oh,
And that was the
But,
last,
yeah,
so
that
she's
is
definitely.
Yeah, I
When's
went
next
the
meeting?
night that they met her, because
I
I
know.
kinda knew Chris wouldn't show up, because he hadn't even reached out to her, so, and that's who her supervisor is, so I went and sat there.
Chris is gonna be a supervisor?
Yeah. And once again, we're on camera, so.
But no, but I mean, the way it was discussed in the meetings, and Chris was at, I think, the first one anyway, maybe all of them, but it's mostly under him, she's still gonna be working mostly under
Right.
John Delano's direction.
Yeah.
That's just the chain of command of where she slots under. So once that stuff, the stormwater stuff gets taken care of, then I think Chris is gonna try to get more involved with some of the other things they can use the GIS for.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you falling way behind on your stuff?
No, we're up to date. She's still working part-time right up until, when she switches over, then
Oh, okay.
she'll be under the 10 hours.
All right, I just wanna make sure we're getting all lost.
No,
We don't wanna fall behind you.
It's really, as fast as we can give it to her, she'll put it in.
Okay. All right, well, I guess nobody else has got anything, you don't have anything, do you, Kerry?
Next meeting is December 2nd.
December 2nd. Entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're out of here.